Good morning on Easter Sunday to sensitive souls wherever you are and whatever you're doing. So I wanted to talk to you from a beautiful place in nature. So here I am. And how are we all doing today? Easter can be sometimes a difficult place to do with family. There's many things, aren't there, going on in us? You know, we're estranged from family, loved ones have died, and also there can be difficulties in our relationships with family, a bit like Christmas. And there's this constant feeling of projecting this happy, contented, positive outlook, whilst shielding and protecting ourselves inside. So it's just a short little sharing today from this lovely place, and it's just about let's talk about owning things, you know, owning our triggers, as it were. That word, you know, we all know it, don't we? Touch is a place in us where, when we're triggered, a sense of something is too much here. Something is touching an energy field within us that is overwhelming, a sense of this is just too much. And we often react as opposed to responding to what's going on in relationship. There's a sense of disconnect in relationship. I'm not in relationship anymore. I've kind of gone into an interior pattern within myself, often quite fixed in ourselves or rigid, and we react to that situation either by wanting to argue, to fight, a sense I just want to get out of here, where's the door, how can I get away from these people, a sense of just muting, just going quiet inside, a sort of freeze. Or there's also another response, which is pleasing, just sort of kind of this sense of abandoning ourselves, and in order to keep the peace we please, we fawn, we're fawning, we're pleasing and leaving ourselves to create harmony with our friends, our family, that kind of thing. So something about in us is becoming aware of this, simply becoming aware of my reactions and how I disconnect from others. I'm not in relationship anymore. I'm in a kind of survival. These sort of stress triggers. I'm not safe, but also a deep internal feeling of I'm alone in this. This kind of response of fight, flight, freeze, or fawning. Yeah, so it's just that sense of let's give ourselves some space here. You know, this sense of where am I in all of this? Because we know these cycles. They just lead to more disconnection from people we probably often feel we want to be closer to. We actually don't want to disconnect, but something happens within us that's just too much, and we haven't really been given resources to actually deal with this in ourselves, how to keep connected, keep in relationship, and to respond in a way that keeps us in relationship. So something about seeing this in the first place, that when this is going on in me, this is what's happening, it's going to lead to a continual pattern of feeling separate and not feeling connected with people. I'm alone here. Yeah, and just giving that a bit of space really. That feeling of alone, no one understands me. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? In this place here, not being understood, feeling quite isolated, keeping it private, not being able to share, not having resources here, and something really is just too much here. So as we give it more space in ourselves, let's notice that's what we really need, space to see. You know, there's something very beautiful in us when we give ourselves space and actually start owning the triggers in ourselves and actually wanting to be curious about them, actually give space to ourselves and actually take the time to understand what is going on in me. Why is that going on in me? Why do I feel that way? You know, perhaps I feel very numb. Perhaps I feel very stressed, angry, hurt. So it's about giving ourselves space. And that's really why I'm here in nature. Because for me to grow and to be able to respond, I need space for myself. I need space and time to reflect and then have an awareness when things might be difficult or I feel overwhelmed. And I'm taking responsibility for those triggers in myself. I'm not projecting or transferring things onto other people and blaming them and it's all their fault. That's a kind of othering, isn't it? They're the problem, you know, nothing to do with me. So as I said, I was going to be short. It doesn't feel very short, but let's just bring more awareness into owning our triggers and trying to give space to them and understand them and to look at them and realise how we disconnect and that sense of how we really want to keep connected. So giving yourself space to understand why and what is going on in yourself seems really important here. Okay, that's it from me. Have a lovely Easter Sunday wherever you are. Take care, dear friends. Bye for now.